All right, what's up, guys? So yeah, I seen that Just a Robot he uploaded a another response video for some odd reason. I don't know if this is going to be about like the Cinebear stuff or well, cause I'm so it is. I think it is going to be about Cinebear, but I know that he is being canceled on TikTok right now for that Jaden Animations comment. So I don't know if he's going to mention that. Like it's probably gonna be 33 minutes of nothing. That's why I'm like, I'm not. My hopes ain't all high for I guess like him taking accountability for his actions. I think that it is going to pretty much be the same as the last response video. It's just this one is just pointless. Like there ain't even no reason to upload it. It's like yeah, we seen what happened the last time you uploaded the response video, and you pretty much didn't. It wasn't the response video that people were looking for. You're talking on stuff that don't matter, and it's like we're supposed to just be like, yeah, good for Just a Robot. He's taking accountability for his actions, but at the same time, he's pointing fingers and blaming people that it's like, fam, like I said before, the channel Just a Robot, and then the other channel that you have, Just a Robot, is just in lowercase or whatever. Both of those channels are yours. All right, it's not your roommates, it's not your girlfriend, it's not your roommate, it's not anybody that you're trying to get involved on your channel. It's your channel. So like that's why it's like you're trying. It's one of those things where I feel like if Just a Robot, if he's a part of it, yeah, let's say he like gets him, it's him and his friends. They're a part of like some bank robbery or something. He's the mastermind. He's the man with the plan. He's the one that's like, okay, we're gonna go through this door. We're gonna cut this safe. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. As soon as they get caught, he's like, oh, well, he's like, well, my roommate, they had the gun. I didn't have no gun. I was just, the guy that he don't want to come out and say that he was the mastermind, but he's all like, oh, my dyslexia, I thought it said something else. I ain't realized I was robbing the bank. And it's like, bro, it's just that's why I'm like, man, his thought process, it's like it's one of those things. If I was a teacher, I definitely would have I probably would have been facing prison time for punching him in the face, because I'm like, yeah, bro, you say things and it's just it causes people to snap or something. I'm like, that's why I like, you can't listen to him talk for a long period of time. If I start getting aggressive in this video, I'm taking accountability for my actions, and I would like to apologize beforehand. So, but anyways, yeah, let's check out this video, see what's being said. But subscribe to Just a Robot if you want to. But anyways, let's get into this video.
Hello everyone, it's me Luke. No, not Jar, Luke. There's gonna be no voice filter, no gameplay, no fancy editing, no nothing like that. Just me trying to explain myself to the best of my abilities.
It's like he can't afford all that stuff because everybody that would do those things for him, they all jump ship. You know, they're like, nah, bruh, we're gonna work with creators that are not trying to actively get themselves canceled.
This response was far from good, to say the least. If it wasn't, then so many people wouldn't be clowning on it. I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm taking things seriously for the very first time in my life. I'm dealing with serious allegations, and serious allegations should be taken seriously. Not like my last response where I was joking around far too much. I'm primarily going to focus on the stuff around Cinny. There's so many allegations against me.
I guess he's probably saying that because it was the one part of the video where he started talking about like a fart fetish. And it's like, fam, my thing is this, right? Imagine somebody's like off in the courtroom and they're in there for a crazy crime and they're talking about like, oh, well, I would like to apologize for my crimes and grant that follow. Like, people are going to look at them like, you're talking on a video game. What does that have to do with what's going on right now? So yeah, it's one of those things where even if it's like putting myself in the mix, he's getting on me about something and I'm bringing up something that ain't got nothing to do with our situation. So that's why it's like, yeah, you know, you have an issue with me doing that. So that's why it's like, yeah, fam, it's just he's a very hypocritical person. You know, let this have been the other way around. Oh yeah, he had been calling us out left and right, talking on whatever we wanted to talk about in their response or a apology video. But anyway,
if I go over them all at the same time, this video will just end up being a giant mess. I want to get this out of the way now. The version of the City video I uploaded was bad. I would go as far as to say that it was the worst video I ever uploaded. However, I do not believe I would have uploaded this draft of the video if Kumo didn't leak it out first. I want to make this clear. He did not link people my video or just play a few clips from it. He uploaded it in its entirety from start to finish.
That's the thing. It's not Kumo's fault that he uploaded the video. Yeah, he shouldn't have uploaded your video, but at the same time, it's like you were the one that was doing this video. So like that's why it's like you're trying to blame him. And it's like, okay, well, why even do the video in the first place? You know, it's like, yeah, it's like at first it was on some stuff where it's like you wasn't defending Cinnabare, but then you turned around and you could just people were saying that you could have just made a simple tweet, or you could have just said somewhere, or even post the video yourself, just saying like, hey, this video that got leaked out of me talking on Cinnabare, that's not the final draft. The final draft will get uploaded when I finish it and stuff. And so you could have taken your time and all that stuff. You panicked for no reason. So that's why it's like, yeah, you can't blame Kumo. Kumo ain't like, yeah, he has something to do with this, but at the same time, it's like, I'm trying to think, like, how could this be placed in an example? Pretty much, it's like, it ain't Kumo's fault. I'm like, it's your fault for even going through with the video in the first place, but anyway.
To his channel. And yes, he did this all before I released the video myself. This was not a re-upload, this was a pre-upload. I do have some proof that I was working on another draft of the video, such as the fact it was uploaded unlisted days before it went live. I did this so I would have plenty of time to think things over on whether I should upload the video or not. I was also sending people the video so they could look it over and give me their thoughts on it. Now I know that some of you are going to call me a liar.
Like he's trying to like like it's everybody else's fault, I guess, because they didn't take the time to watch the video. Yeah, people are supposed to just stop doing what they're doing. It's like, oh, a friend of yours is getting married. It's like he's supposed to stop getting married so he could watch your hour and so video of you talking on a pedophile, you know, or it's like whatever is going on. It's like, fam, there are people that are attending to their day-to-day lives. They do not have time to watch an hour and so video of you and your voice talking on whoever it is that you want to talk about. I'm just saying, like, if I'm just a robot friend, it's like if it comes down between watching an hour and a half movie or spending an hour and a half with my family or spending an hour and a half with my friends, or watching an hour and a half just a robot video, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I think a friendship is going to it's going to end that day, you know, because not watching no hour and a half video about whatever it is you talking about.
Because the second draft of my Cine video was already.
It's like I didn't even want to watch the videos he did on me. Now I gotta sit down and hear your voice for an hour and a half.
Did. However, the first draft of my Cine video, which was more negative towards her, was also fully edited as well. I'll link it down below if you wish to check it out. Here's a clip from it.
The funniest part about all of this is you didn't do what you did with that 14-year-old because you wanted to get with them, you just couldn't stop cooming. You coomed until you groomed. I never even heard of a situation like this happening until now.
It should be noted that I was not happy with that draft of the video as well. I was on Jack's, aka Birdie's side way too much in it. Yes, I made this first draft on Cine before I reached out to her. I was talking about grooming allegations, so I wanted to gain as much info as I possibly could. Honestly, I didn't expect Cine to add me back, but she did. I was so ready to tear into you, and this was the day I was going to upload it unlisted for my Patreon supporters, and it was going to go live tomorrow. When I interviewed Cine, I wanted to make it seem like I was on her side as much as possible so she wouldn't run away. I want to make this clear, I wasn't pulling an op on her or anything like that. I was just trying to make sure my information was correct. I told Cine I would be making another version of the video in favor of her before I reached out to Jack and Enno.
But, yeah, I'm going to be changing my video a lot, and I'm also going to have to reach out to Jack because, you know, for all I know, you're
Oh! Have fun with that. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the video ready because knowing Jack, they're probably gonna panic and try to control the narrative, like...
Of course, and that's gonna be hilarious, but...
Yes, this was indeed very stupid on my part. I thought because I made a video bashing her before I reached out to her, that I should do the same but in reverse. My roommate, Professor Dreadlock, was also getting ready to go on a very long business trip, so I couldn't go over all of the long Cine documents with him. I have one of the worst...
Why is it... So his roommate, the reason why he couldn't go over the documents is because his roommate is going on a business trip. Is your roommate, does he have ownership? Like, did he buy stock on your channel or something? Like, does he have some form of ownership? Because my thing is this, if you are in control of the email, the password, the uploads, the descriptions, the tags, the titles, the channel name, all this stuff, if you have full ownership of a channel, it's not left up. That's like, okay, so let's say you guys had approached me and you was all like, hey, TMossBoss, I want you to play this video game or react to this video or do this, just do some form of content. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, when my imaginary friend comes back from breakdancing with Superman and the Hulk, then yeah, then that's when I'll be able to do this content. But until then, I can't, because my imaginary friend is not there. You guys, for one, yeah, you guys would definitely be, you know, calling for help and be like, hey, yeah, I think TMossBoss is going crazy. But no, like, jokes aside though, it's like, it's not up to my friends, my family, or whoever on whatever is being uploaded onto my channel. It's on me. So, like, my thing is this. If I'm going through with doing a video, just like how I'm doing this video right now, I'm like, oh, I need I can't do this video until I have my friends here with me to sit down and, I guess, guide me through reacting to the video and stuff. And if he's trying to blame like that, oh, I have dyslexia and I can't read, it's somebody, I can't remember who it was that had brought that up, but I remember when, like, all this stuff was going down, somebody had said that where he very well could have copied and pasted like the parts that needed to be read and put that in like one of those text-to-speech programs, and it could have just said whatever it needed that you needed to read. So it's like, fam, there ain't no excuses. You can't blame your roommate, you can't blame your girlfriend, you can't blame your neighbor, you can't blame the family dog or whatever. It's like, no, bruh, that is on you. You need to be the one that's in control of your content. But anyways,
cases of dyslexia in the world, so it's very hard for me to read. Professor Dreadlock, on the other hand, is an extremely fast reader. A few people have pointed out that at the start of the Cine draft that I uploaded, I claimed
so
that
it's like them text. There ain't no text-to-speech program out there where it's like you can times the speed by 2 or 1 or whatever, and it's like, and it just reads a little bit faster. That's on, like, yeah, bruh. But by the way, because I think I was like, when I start this video off, I can't remember how I did start the video off, but I was like, I did see where K-Huck, she was she tweeted out to somebody that was talking about this. I can't remember if I had said that, but I did want to give her credit for overall, like, discovering this video, because if I hadn't have seen her tweet talking about it, then yeah, I wouldn't have known about this video. So yeah, shout out to K-Huck. If you guys haven't, go check her out. But anyways,
through the doc. That was a lie. It wouldn't have been a lie if that draft didn't get leaked, but I have that recorded because I was going to go through the doc with my roommate before I decided to upload that draft or not. For anyone who knows me personally, you know how slow of a reader I am. You've seen me misspell things multiple times. The idea that I read through both docs very carefully by myself is an absolutely ridiculous notion. In my initial draft, I was just listening to the popular opinion and quickly skimmed the two documents, mostly looking at the pictures on screen. When I heard that there were a few people defending Cindy, not saying that she was completely innocent, just that she wasn't as guilty as some were portraying her to be, I decided to reach out to Cindy, along with those who were defending her, to get their side of the...
He's still trying to die on that hill, and it's like, bro, give it up. Like, the thing is this. So, I guess, like, what opinion is going to matter more? The rest of the, like, world's opinion, where we're all saying, yeah, what this girl did, like, it's bad. Like, she deserves to get canceled. She's a pedophile. She's a groomer. Or your opinion, where it's like, okay, well, I think you guys are just blowing it out of proportion. Like, it's not that bad. So I guess, like, how would you feel if this was your kid? You know, and it's like, I'm not trying to hear no stuff where it's like, oh, well, I'm not gonna have kids, so I don't have to worry about that. No, you have a kid, and you seen that your kid was having an inappropriate conversation like this with Cinebear. You wouldn't be upset, or you were like, okay, well, I just think that that's kid stuff. She is a full-grown adult having inappropriate conversations with minors. What part of that are you not understanding? So that's why it's like, yeah, you know, just a robot. He done did that once or twice, or yeah, did probably a few times in his life. Well, yeah, he was like, I mean, he asked the one kid to draw inappropriate art of Jaden animations for him. So yeah, that's why he don't care about this situation like how others do, because yeah, he turns around and does the same thing himself. I'm pretty sure if we checked his DMs and messages, it's like, yeah, the ones that he deleted, the ones he don't want nobody to know about, yeah, it's like whoever his girlfriend is, I'm like, check his phone, see what conversations he's having, report back to us and let us know, because yeah, I guarantee you, I promise you, we gonna hear some, well, I mean, yeah, we have, but it's like, it's gonna probably be some darker things that Just a Robot done had like some conversations he done had privately, because just from what I've heard, yeah, he's a completely different person off camera. So
story as well. After all, I've seen multiple dramas where everybody's bashing one person, only for the entire situation to be reversed later. I didn't want to just side with a popular opinion, only to find out that I spread misinformation later on. But why spend so much time editing the video before I even look through the 2 documents? I have to plan ahead on these things. After all, adding in my avatar takes a lot more time and effort than just adding in gameplay or recording my face. I knew that this situation was still ongoing and that more information was coming out. I could take my time on this video and remake it over and over again, of course salvaging what I could along the way. Or I could just get cold feet and not upload any draft of the video. After I made the first draft, I was not happy with it, so I wanted to remake it after getting Cindy and her friend's side of the story. Then I was going to remake it again after looking at the anti-Cindy side in more detail, and after me and my roommate looked through the doc in more detail. But you already knew all of this if you see my last response.
So my question is like, so let's say his roommate's like, oh, I don't want to be roommates with you. Like, yeah, let's say at like the height of all this stuff, he's like, I don't want to be roommates with you no more, and I ain't gonna help you out with your content anymore. How would that conversation would have went? Or even if it's just lots of stuff where he's like, I don't want to help you with your content anymore. How would that conversation went? Because see, here's the thing with Just a Robot. He's one of those people where it's like you do something, I guess, for your own mental health where it's not helping him out. He has to get even. And it's like, fam, I just don't want to be a part of this. Like, I just want to do my own thing. Like, nah, that not with Just a Robot. It's like you're either doing what he wants to do or it's gonna be a problem. So that's I'm like, yeah, whoever his roommate is, I definitely recommend, you either get some, I don't know, some fighting lessons or get a weapon, because I feel like there is gonna be a day where him and his roommate, they gonna have a disagreement. All of a sudden we gonna hear some story where it's all like, roommate attacks, and I guess however that attacking, whatever, however that situation goes down, yeah, it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, either his roommate or somebody, they gonna come out and say like, yeah, I was attacked by Just a Robot because I didn't want to help him out with a video and stuff. So
for me, I had no proof of this. I didn't record any calls about this because I never expected my video to get leaked. Until today. I completely forgot what I said about my singing video in my call with Vincent Skullman. Ratsu, a person who interviewed me, you might have seen it around, later became friends with me because she came to the conclusion that the drama around me was overblown. I am happy with the friendship I developed with her. She has been extremely
So we're supposed to go based off of her thought. Yeah, it was overblown. We're no longer allowed to think for ourselves. We have to think along the lines like Just a Robot, his fans and friends. Our thought process out the window. I'm like, so yeah, I feel like if we be thinking long and hard, like how Just a Robot and his friends and fans, how they be thinking, we most likely gonna be on the short yellow bus with a football helmet, being told not to lick the glass and stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not going to go based off of your friend's thought process. I'm going based off of what I'm seeing with my 2 eyes and my glasses. That's why I'm like, yeah, bro, it's funny how it's like we got to stop thinking how we think, how we've been thinking our whole lives. And just because he says like, oh, my friend said that, yeah, this situation was overblown. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I guess it was. Oh man, I swear.
Understanding and kind to me. She told me that
he did need to upload this response video. I think he's still trying to justify his actions, and it's like there ain't no justifying it. It's like you messed up. So it's one of those things where it's like he's trying to apologize but make it where we're not thinking how we've been thinking about him for the past almost a year now. Yeah, 10 months. So dang, it's crazy to think it's almost been a year since all this stuff went down. But anyway,
Skullman sent Lio Convoy our call, and apparently Lio Convoy demanded that Vincent Skullman not upload it under any circumstances. Naratsu could be lying to me, but this did make me listen to the call, and I heard things that really piqued my interest. As you can see from the timestamps on screen, I had this call with Vincent only 15 hours I sent the last part of my Cine video to my editor Lorenzo. Now I want to make this clear so someone doesn't claim that I lied. I did send Lorenzo a few more parts for the Cine video after this call, but they were very small changes. This was the last big part I sent to him.
I've been interviewing people, I've been looking into this deeper, and I'm not saying Cine is innocent. I want to make that clear. It's just more people in this situation are guilty than you might think. The problem is, I know this community. They're going to twist it into me defending a groomer, and I'm like, that's not what I'm doing in the video, and I don't want to talk about it too far anymore with you, because like I don't want anything to get leaked, because I've been working on this for literal weeks, but I have been gathering a lot of information. I have been going back and reworking on the video, because I want to make it clear I'm not saying Cinny is innocent.
As you can hear clear as crystal, I was emphasizing to Vincent Skullman that my video's purpose was not to convince
You know what would be funny though? It's like he's adding that part in there. What if that was recorded like 2 days ago? Like, I think maybe it might have been some stuff that got recorded when all this was going down, but it's like, what if he's just trying to include that to like, oh yeah, let's go ahead, because it's like, that's the thing though, with content creators that like to lie, of course they're going to come up with some of the most craziest, like, or just like, I guess like lies to where, you know, I guess like if you don't know the person, like if this is your first time, or it's like, I guess like if you've seen Just the Robots prior before videos, but like you're new to his channel, you're new to who he is, like you don't know him outside of this situation, you would see this video and be thinking along the lines like, oh, okay, you know, like, yeah, that was a call from recorded some time ago. But it's like, if you know what he's about and you know that he's a liar, yeah, it's me personally, I can't listen to this and think like, oh, okay, like he's telling the truth. He does it. Yeah, it's like, I'm thinking along the lines like he could have recorded this like 2-3 days ago, and he's like, okay, let's add it in there and make it seem like it was something that was recorded some time before. And it's like, yeah, bro, I grew up watching movies. I grew up like, you know, with content creating alone. It's like, do you know how many content creators done lied before you, and then how many content creators are most likely gonna lie after you? And we all of a sudden supposed to believe that based off of your track record of how many times you done lied about stuff, we're all of a sudden now, you just said in this video that you had lied about some stuff, so all of a sudden now we're supposed to believe you on the things that you want us to believe, or that you want us to believe that you're telling the truth on. Yeah, that you know, maybe his friends and fans and, you know, people that's going to remain neutral, but it's like, yeah, when you know what he's about and you know his history, yeah, bruh, I'm gonna have to doubt what you saying and what you talking about.
people that Cinny was innocent, just less guilty. You can also tell that I didn't want anything to get leaked out because I put so much work into this already.
Along with the fact that I stated that I'm going to go back to rework on the video to make it clear I'm not saying that Cinny is innocent.
I just wanted to finish what I had for now so I could go over it and see what needed to be changed and what I could salvage.
The first situation I was ever in with this, that I ever got into with this whole community was the Princess Elizabeth 013 drama. And when she was 14, people would send her like pictures of Rouge the Bat raping her avatar. People above the age of 30 were doing that, and when I called that out, I got accused of being a pedo, because why else would I defend a 14-year-old? So it's just like, my, have the turns have tabled. The thing is, like, I looked at the comic, the thing is, though, the doc maker didn't...
Turns have tabled. I hope he was joking around when he said that, because if so, if he wasn't, man, you know, again, that football helmet, and he just like going into the class, because I really do. Maybe that was said somewhere, and I'm old fashioned. I've never heard that before, but I like, dang, bruh. I mean, man, that's anyways, let's continue.
Censor out anything. It was actually Cinny who sent it out, censored it herself when she sent it. And when I found that out, I was like, wow, that makes things way less bad. It's still pretty bad. But it's not as bad. Like, if you send a minor uncensored porn, it's worse than sending them censored porn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still overall fucking but it's gonna.
You shouldn't be sending. Oh my God, it's like, I don't know why. It's he says things, and it's just, you could tell. And this is like why you got fired from your jobs. Like, you have, the thing is this. Like, there'd just be people just sitting around just talking about like random stuff. But yeah, let's just talk about, it's like, oh yeah, like I, you know, caught my kid looking at like some, you know, yeah, like stuff like that and things. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that because YouTube's guidelines, all that crap. But anyways, but yeah, Just a Robot, he'll say some things like that, and it's like, that's why people have reported you to HR. Like, you, man, there's just certain things that you shouldn't say. That's one of them. I don't, you know, maybe I just let's just kind of go back and see. Maybe I missed something, but anyways,
uncensored porn. It's worse than sending them. Wow. The thing is, though, the doc maker didn't censor out anything. It was actually Cinny who sent it out, censored it herself when she sent it. And when I found that out, I was like, wow, that makes things way less bad. It's still pretty bad. But it's not as bad. Like if you send a minor uncensored porn, it's worse than sending them censored porn. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't be sending no minor in this world porn. It's like, alright, man, you know, if there's ever like anybody where it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's like I got Luke watching my kids. Yeah, your kids is definitely, it's gonna be one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you gonna have to like, hey, like, are you good? Like, look your kid in the face and ask them if Luke is anywhere near your kid and they were alone by themselves at some point in time. Yeah, definitely ask them like, hey, are you good? Did that man touch you anywhere? Did he say anything to you? Because if so, then yeah, you know, you're gonna have to still off on them. You're gonna have to go off. You're gonna have to send them to the hospital and things. If not that, the morgue. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, don't trust your kids around no robots.
Yeah, it's still overall fucking but it's gonna kind of lessen the blow.
Thanks to reaching out to Cindy and her friends, I could make the information clear that she censored out the doc herself. I did not disagree with Vincent when he said it's still overall, yeah, because I agreed with that. Sending a minor porn of any kind is bad, censored or not, but censoring it is still less bad than sending uncensored porn. At the end,
and he doubled down. Like he did it. He did a drive-by. He spun the wheel around. He came back and he finished the job. Like, do you not hear yourself? Do you? Man, yeah, he's somebody where I'm like, and you wonder why people don't understand you and stuff. Yeah, because when you're wanting their thought process, like he's pretty much putting you in front of like one of those like, what's those things that be spinning around and hitting like them like hypnosis videos? It's pretty much that, but it's like you have to like hear his voice and stuff. Like, no, it's like it's him and his fan base. It's like a accurate version of the movie Get Out. Like, no, I'm 100% for certain that everybody has like a scar on the top of their head where like that part of their brain where they're in control of their body. Like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of his people. They're in that sunken place. They're not normal upstairs. It's either that or yeah, everybody in his fan base. Like the thing is this, if you heard that and you don't find nothing wrong with what he said, you're just as worse than he is. I'm like, yeah, they got you. They don't even have you on the short yellow bus. They got somebody holding your hand, walking you like they in some like bubble wrap outfit because you're not safe to the human society.
Hey, they're both bad, but I wanted to get my information correct.
Here's my opinion. Cinny was very inappropriate. She deserves to get backlash, but I do not think she's a pedo. I don't think she's the next Cosmodor. I don't think she's a pedo because, like, I'm gonna be honest here, I think she would have done this with anyone. I think she's just an Omega Coomer.
But she did it with a minor. If she was gonna do it with anyone, then she would have did it with people her own age. She did it with minors. What part of that are you not understanding? Again, just that one toe. He's trying to lick it. He's like, I can't. This football helmet, it's blocking me.
She's not like a pedo, and that's pretty much my whole take on this situation. The problem is if you don't say that Cinny is literally the living embodiment of Satan, people will twist it.
Even back then, I didn't believe that Cinny was a pedo or trying to get with the minor, and I have kept that opinion consistent throughout this entire drama around me, and even in my old draft. In my opinion, Cinny was not trying to get with the minor romantically or sexually. She still messed up really, really badly, and she deserves to get bashed for it. Anytime I defended someone who was getting bashed, even a little bit, I always received.
I'm like, in talking to Just a Robot's girlfriend, this is your man. I'm like, nah, you gotta like, quote Dr. Phil. I'm like, this is your man, and you standing by him. Like that's man. She, if she, the thing is this. he gets down on one knee and he proposes to you, you better say no. I'd like, no, that's one of those things where I'm like, nah, just for her safety, I feel like I would have to, like, I don't know, throw like a flashbang off in the middle of their wedding and just be like when the pastor is all like, would anybody like to say, I guess, anything? Sir, say something or forever hold your peace. That's it's just, yeah, you just bust through a window, throw a flashbang in there, zip line, grab the girl, take her up out of there. This like you get one of those like Men in Black sticks, flashbang her again and stuff, and just be like, okay, it's like, you know, you're a woman from the Czech Republic and you're looking, you know, for love. But if anybody approaches you and they say that their name is Luke, you kick them in the groin. Like, they no, don't do that to yourself. So spin her around, send her on her way, and then yeah, you know, you saved a life and things. You get that little personal achievement. But anyways,
backlash. Whenever I have defended someone, whether it's Mari, Antunes, or Peaches, I've never claimed that they were perfect little angels who never did anything wrong. I'm just saying that they're not as guilty as people have portrayed them to be. If you commit a crime, yes, you should be held responsible for it, but you shouldn't be held responsible.
But if Just a Robot says that the crime isn't all that bad, we're supposed to just take your word for it and be like, oh yeah, it's not all that bad. So yeah, let's I guess give them a break and things because of Just a Robot say so in the situation.
For a greater crime that you have not committed.
Realistically, I have no issue at this point.
Oh, well, that's good. I wish more people in the ArtCC would do what you do. I wish we could just sit down and have a nice chat over a cup of tea, but, you know, things just have to escalate. And I did thank you for making the video because I was getting a little overconfident, and when I go into a situation with the expectation that I'm going to lose, that's when I do my best. Like, you know how I got canceled to begin with? I got overconfident in the Toby drama. That's what happened. And you making that video probably saved my ass.
The reason why I thanked Vincent for making his video on me is because I thought it would save me in the long run. Of course, before I could go back and change things to make myself sound less confident, Kumo leaked out the second draft, and I panicked uploaded what I had. Vincent may have saved me, but Kumo doomed me.
Well, I'm glad we could sit down and have this talk because, like, the main thing I want to...
You know, I guess because I can't relate to that. Like, I ain't never sent out the video where I needed a person's, you know, recommendation on it. But, I mean, I have done that before. Like, I've accidentally have uploaded videos that I didn't want to get uploaded. Like, there's been times I've uploaded videos where it was a take, but it wasn't the video that I wanted to get uploaded and stuff. So, but, yeah, I done uploaded videos where it ain't had no audio. So, I guess, like, for, yeah, because there's one video I do remember. It was this video I did about Trisha Paytas when she scammed one of my friends. And I think I uploaded a video, but the audio was cut out. And so then I took the video down, and then I had made up for it, and I did do a video a more elaborative where I had like more things to say, and then I also did a podcast episode where I was talking on Trisha Paytas and stuff. So yeah, it's something where it's like, you know, you're allowed to take time and to, you know, do proper research and stuff and not have to rely on others. It's like, yeah, I might not be the best or the biggest reader myself. Like, I just recently got into reading, so like that's why I'm like, I'm not a fan of reading myself, but at one point in time I wasn't. But if it's something that I need to do, like whether it's if I have dyslexia or ADHD or whatever, it's like, yeah, I don't know for sure if I have ADHD. I just remember a teacher, she went off on the classroom that I was in, and she was like, you know, you kids got a case of ADD or ADHD, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, I guess, high five each other and stuff. It's like, if that's the case, but yeah, like, you know, there's times I get distracted and it's all, but it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm talking on something extremely serious, I got to do my research. Like, so for an example, the Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson, in that Psycho 6 situation where Raja Jackson had attacked a wrestler, I did research. I wasn't going to just be all like, okay, let me just watch 1 second of the video and just be like, okay, well, hey guys, I think you're blowing this out of proportion. It's like they were in a wrestling environment, so therefore it's most likely wasn't real. Most likely the guy's not hurt or anything. Like, no, you do research. You look up stuff. You look up things that hasn't even been discussed or even talked about yet. That's Yeah, it's one of the. It's like for as long as you've been a content creator and for as long as you've been alive, it shouldn't take people that are in the same boat as you to tell you that. Where it's like, yes, you got to do proper research. You, not your roommate, not whoever. You got to do proper research. So yeah, it's like from this day forward, don't rely on your roommate. Don't rely on, but it's like, yeah, you just see how his content has been over the time. And it's, I don't know if his roommate has helped him out or somebody has helped him out, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you're serious about content creating, you got to do it for yourself. If not, change the channel name or give the channel in possession of whoever it is that you want to be in control of it, because yeah, that just don't make no sense. But anyways,
for people to know is I'm not as mean as people think I am. I'm actually I'd rather just sit down and talk.
Yep, what I truly want is a peaceful solution.
like, yeah, I'm like, that's again, we're taking just a robot's word for it. You know, he's not this mean guy that, yeah, he's not the same guy that criticized me for processing one of my friend's deaths. Yeah, that's a lie on my part. He didn't say that in a video. He didn't do that in a video that he uploaded about me. No, that's just something that I just made up and stuff. It's like, you know, every time when I like it's just some form of content that I see of just a robot, I do feel like that I do get like clinically dumb. Like it's just there's something going on. Like I feel like like before I met just a robot, or not met, but like came across his content, I feel like I was on the right track. I could have been like a doctor or a lawyer or something. But yeah, it's like, you know, watching just the robot videos, it's gonna be one of those things where it's like I'm gonna be off in a room with a straight jacket and they're gonna be like, okay, what is this shape? And I'm like, that's a man having a conversation with an octopus, and it's just somebody it's just some ink splatter pictures and stuff. So anyways, yeah, a lot
of the situations I find myself
odd person, but
in. I just have a habit of pissing people off unintentionally, and I wish I didn't.
No!
No ordinary person would have been able to read them.
No. Kumo sent me a friend request.
Kumo?
Mr. Everybody's a Pedophile But Me is contacting me.
You can tell that even back then, I knew Kumo being around me wasn't a good thing. Before you ask, no, I did not send Kumo the video. Goblin Girl sent it to him after I told her not to. I told her not to send it to anyone because I was still looking over things.
In this hypothetical, you have a roommate, right?
Yep, alright.
You find out that your roommate is a threat to children, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you A, call the police, or B, ask for $10,000?
Right, okay.
You see what I mean, right?
You know, they should have contacted some form of authority that could, you know, deal with this.
Yeah, like, I find it disgusting that people are talking more about Jack and Cinny's, like, living situation than, like, the fucking minor who may or may not have been groomed.
One of my stances on the drama was that things should have been more focused on the minor Enno, and not on Cinny's relationship with Jack so much. I was also iffy at this point in time whether what Cinny did was grooming or not. I was going to talk to Vincent Skalman about this call, but then I realized that all of his drama videos, including the 2 new ones he made on me, are gone, and both of his Twitters are currently locked. Huh, that's kind of weird. Now you might try to claim that I'm a liar. After all, that's a lot of money to spend on 2 different drafts of a video, so why would I spend even more money on a 3rd draft? Well, the thing is, Lorenzo is just about my cheapest editor. He lives in the Philippines where the US dollar goes very far. $5 to us is about $20 to them. Any payment he asks for, I would give it to him, even after he asked for an extra $100 after I started getting cancelled for the Cinny drama. I just gave it to him, but apparently, from what I have been told, he started going around telling people that I underpaid him, even though I always paid him what we agreed upon. If he wanted more money, he could have always asked for it. Now, Kumo claiming that he uploaded my draft of the video to stop me is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. As far as I'm aware, that has never worked in the history of YouTube, and it doesn't make any sense. Uploading someone else's video onto your channel before they have a chance to upload it themselves doesn't stop them from uploading it. In my last response video, I asked people to show me examples of where this has ever worked, and no one has provided one single example. Personally speaking, I've never even heard of something.
Yeah, it's like, just, yeah, he don't want to talk on, like, the, you know, the people that was criticizing him on his actions. He's still trying to, like, point fingers and blame others, but it's like, you have to understand that there's going to be that first domino that knocked down all the other dominoes. People are wanting to know, how did this all start? So you trying to blame Kumo, your roommate, Jack, I guess, yeah, Cinnabear's, you know, her roommate and stuff. You're trying to, like, oh, like, have it where it's like, okay, I want this audience to pay attention to this side, this audience to pay attention to this, that. And it's like, no, bro, there's that domino effect where it's like, if we reverse it back, there's that first domino. You're that first domino. So I guess like, yeah, maybe if you want to see like, or like, I guess like talk with or see where if it started with Cinnabare, in a way, yes, technically it did, but people are more so tripping off of how you just out of nowhere decided that I wanted to do a defense video on her and make it seem like that what she did wasn't all that bad. But okay, so my question is, how do you think a just a robot, or how do you think this would have went down if it was me? You know, where it's like, let's say I went down for the same stuff that Cinnabare did, where I'm sending inappropriate art to a minor. How do you think that would have? How do you think that just a robot video would have went down? So that's why it's like, yeah, it's just. He has a weird way of thinking, but he think people can't counter the way that he thinks. And that's how you counter it. You ask him some hard-hitting questions, and that's definitely a question I would like an answer to. How would you have responded if it had been me? Because it's either going to be, you're either going to hear the actual truth, where it's all like, oh, yeah, it's like, you deserve to get canceled, this, that, and blah, blah, blah. So it's either that, or he's going to lie and be like, oh, I would have did the same thing that I did with Cinnabare. And it's like, no, you wouldn't. Because it's like, even before, just referencing that night where, like when the drama between me and him where it escalated, you was getting on me because I was getting into it with somebody else. Or no, not even, it wasn't even that. It was because I didn't want to take your advice. And look how that situation turned out, where I was like 4 years of my videos getting dislikes, other people making videos on me, lies being spread about me. It's like, yeah, that's all. I'm like, yeah, bro. It's one of those things where it's just, if you are familiar with just a robot's behavior, don't get fooled by this video. So
this happening before. I do not believe Kumo has any interest in protecting me or the truth. He was trying to convince Cindy that my end goal was to rape her.
Like, I knew how this guy was. I warned you how he was. I told you what position you were in, and I was very conscious and scared on your behalf because of what position you're in. Jar could have raped you, and that's probably what he was trying to, like, that was probably his dream, his end goal.
In my humble opinion, it's far more likely that Kumo did what he did to keep me from reaching out to Jack and Enno to get their sides of the story. Or maybe he looked at this draft of the video and thought, wow, this is terrible, I better upload it in case Jar changes his mind about doing so himself. I'm pretty sure that if I didn't upload what I had, Kumo would have told people that I didn't upload it because I saw the backlash underneath his video. And if I claimed that this was just an early draft of the video, people would have said that I was lying. You can even hear in the last voice message I sent to Cindy that my confidence was pretty much all gone, and that I was getting cold feet about this entire situation.
Listen, Cindy, I can't promise this will fix everything for you, or even anything for you. I don't want.
But why are you trying to fix stuff like that? Okay, so because I, because I feel like times before where I'm talking on this, I've referenced my history with EDP445. I did not know him on a personal level, but he was somebody that I was a big fan of when it came to content creating and stuff. Again, didn't know him personally, but he was somebody where I would frequently watch his videos. I even had videos on my channel where I reacted to him and stuff. But once with all that stuff that came out about him being a pedophile, any videos that I had, deleted them. I was like, I even remember after that, an audio of his was going viral on TikTok. Wasn't using that audio. I had no reason to show any support towards EDP445. And this was something where I guess, like, if you're comparing his situation to Cinnabare's situation, in a way, it's a little bit more worse. It's like he actually went through with trying to meet up with the minor. Cinnabare, on the other hand, she was just trying to keep that stuff on the internet. Regardless, though, anything involving a minor, to me, it's all equal. It's all bad. So it's like you doing something that you know you wouldn't have done in front of the parents. That's how you got to look at it. So, but yeah, I was like, after that, I had, because there was a video where most likely if I still would have had that video up today, it definitely still would have been one of my most viewed videos. But I took that video down. I took down along any other videos I had of EDP445. If I had missed any, let me know and I'll take those videos down too. But and that goes for TikTok, YouTube. They're mainly the only, because I think there was an video that I'd used his audio, and I was like, I just got to thinking about it, and yeah, if I ever do come across that video, then there'd be another video that I'll just have to take down of his. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I stopped showing support towards EDP445. After that, any videos I reacted to of his was just them exposing videos. So anyways,
I feel like you have a false sense of hope. I'll do what I can, but that's it. I helped Peaches
And
out.
we all know how Just a Robot, how he truly felt. Because when you hear that call that he had with Chud Logic, where he was all like, okay, to an extent, but yeah, because she's a woman and I'm a man, that's just how it is naturally, where we attract each other and stuff. It's like, yeah, if you want to know how he really felt, watch Chud Logic's interviews and that he had and stuff with Just a Robot. But anyways,
The allegations on you are much more rough. But I'm going to do what I can to help, because I know this shit is and will leak into your real life.
This is part of the reason as
let
to
her
why.
down easy. You shouldn't even been trying to let her on. It's, oh my god, this man, I'm telling you, you know, if you guys, if there's gonna be a day where you just see a football helmet in the back in the background, and you gotta be like, dang, bro, it's getting bad. Like it's getting to his brain,
I
bruh.
freaked out so much in the DMs with Cindy and Goblin Girl after I saw that Kumo uploaded the video himself. My thought process wasn't, oh no, Kumo uploaded the video before I did. I wanted to do that first. My thought process was, oh no, everybody is going to believe that this is my final draft of the video. Now if you don't believe me, that I wouldn't have uploaded this video if Kumo didn't do what he did. Why is it that the first time I ever receive massive backlash is the same time a draft of my video is leaked? If you think it's just a coincidence, then stars align. That's quite a coincidence. I can already hear what the live streamers reacting to this video are.
You know, that's something that I've seen where he's used that clipped in some of his videos, where it's that guy from The Incredibles, and I feel like he wanted to include that, but he's like, okay, I gotta be serious in this video, where it's the teacher, where he was like, coincidence, I think not, and then his face got all zoomed in and stuff. But yeah, it's something where it's just, again, if you know Just a Robot, you know his history, you know his content, you know overall that it's like he wasn't trying to. This is pretty much another "I'm sorry, but" type video. So
saying, Char, you're just using this as an excuse. Then why give me that excuse? Let me upload the video myself before you leak it, and then bash me for it. I was bashed when I went against the grain in both the Toby and the Princess Elizabeth drama, so I wanted to be careful this time and make draft after draft until the video was perfect. That being said, I shouldn't have made the draft of that video in the first place. A topic this serious, even if I was trying to be careful, is something I should have never gotten involved in, and it's something I should have taken much more seriously. But even after I panic uploaded that draft, in less than 24 hours I took it down because I realized my mistake of uploading it in the first place. I did not double down, but I'm still receiving backlash for it to this day. Why would I tell Vincent that I was going back and forth on things, and that she deserved the backlash if this was supposed to be my final draft of the video? Why would I lie to Vincent? I had nothing to gain or to protect myself from. I just really wanted to finish up this draft so I could use it as a reference, and of course see what I could salvage. That's part of the reason as to why I told my editor Lorenzo to stop adding edits to the call I had with Cinny. When you're working on a heavily edited video, you don't really see how good or bad it is until it's all in front of you. Do you guys really think I looked at this draft of the video and thought to myself, yeah, this is perfect, I should really just upload it as it is? Here are my current thoughts on Cinny. She didn't just speak inappropriately to a minor, she directly got them to engage with her fetish. She was 20 when she did this. She was at an age where she should have known better. I think she wanted to corrupt a minor in the same way she was corrupted when she was 14. She has also done many other inappropriate things with other minors as well. She more than likely would have kept doing stuff like this for years. I still, however, do not believe she had any interest in kids. I do not think Cinny hurts children out of any form of desire for them or interest in hurting them. I don't think she would have ever asked for nudes of a minor, or to send nudes of herself to a minor, but the fact is she hurt children. Even if it wasn't out of any form of maliciousness, she still did it. She groomed a minor not to get with them romantically, but to get them to draw art of her fetish, and to get them to read out a comic of her fetish, which is something I didn't know about until later on. I don't think it's right for people to call her a pedo, but she's certainly predatory. As for the allegations of me raising up a pedo, this is also false. Cinny herself said she didn't think I was trying to make a pass at her.
I didn't think it was at the time. At the time, I thought it was just being like weird. I didn't think it was like an actual pass. Like I was assuming that he was.
You're smarter than you're letting on.
Because I just thought it was strange to say. Because it's just not something you say.
Because you thought it was a flirt.
Not really. It's just.
Well, then why would it be strange?
I mean, I don't know. It's just not like a thing I say very often.
So what else could it have been?
Just him being autistic. I don't fucking know.
So I don't think I was hitting on her. She doesn't think I was hitting on her, and neither does my.
This part's for his girlfriend. he's trying his hardest to convince her, but she has her mind made up. The thing is this: if she finds herself sit down watching this part of the video, she knows what she's thinking. You're thinking right. Yeah, Just a Robot was definitely hitting on Cinnabare. Who my thing is this: he has you to call, he has his roommate to call, he has idiot everybody in this world to call, he has his whole fan base that he could have very well told, explained to them the situation where I have a hard time going to sleep, but instead I'm going to call the woman that for some odd reason I'm attracted to and she's being canceled right now. I'm gonna call her up so I could have a sleep time conversation. Yeah, bro. It's one of those things where I'm like, if Just a Robot's girlfriend, she sits down, it's one of those things she has to like go over somewhere else and watch like these videos getting made. But if you're Just a Robot's girlfriend and you're watching this video, this is your sign. Get out. Like, not no Get Out like the movie, but like, yeah, like do what the guy did at the end of Get Out. Get in a car and speed off, all right?
Girlfriend.
Start a life somewhere else.
Whether this was rizzing or not, seem to be in agreement with one another. People have told me that they're willing to look past the chicken joke or the pussycat joke, but they have a hard time believing that the sleepy time calls were not romantic in nature. The thing is, though, this only happened once or twice, and they only lasted a couple of minutes.
Even that too, it's all like the joke where it's all like, oh, you want to see mine, then you send it. Yeah, it's things like that you just don't send out to, especially somebody that you just met. Like, that's the thing about it. It's like, yeah, I guess like somebody that you've known for some time, it's like, yeah, that would, even then, it's like still, there's people that I've known for years, known since I was a kid. That's something that I just don't send to people, so yeah, you said that's your sense of humor, so it'll just be a matter of time for somebody else come up out the woodworks and say, oh yeah, Just a Robot, he sent me a crazy message like that. Instead of him doing an apology video, it's just pretty much him just, yeah, repeating all the stuff that he said in these 2 response videos.
She herself confirmed that we did not goon, and that we mostly talked about Star Wars.
Did you guys goon together at all?
No, what the fuck?
He didn't make it like in your phone calls with him. He doesn't do anything freaky.
No, he mostly just talked about fucking like Star Wars and shit. And I mostly just talked about my cat, like...
I do not hit on women by telling them about...
Yeah, but it's like, how are we supposed to... I guess, like, the only way we would, I guess, be able to see that if that's the truth or not, is that if there was a way for Discord to download phone calls and then we can hear the call. But it's like, if we ain't never heard the call, then it's like, how are we supposed to know that, oh, all you guys did was talk about Star Wars? Like... yeah, if anything, you would think that something like that would keep me awake. If there's somebody that I know that's like, they're talking about something that I'm interested in, that's not gonna make me go to sleep. That's gonna make me like more awake, where it's like, oh, wait a minute, this is somebody that's a fan of. Yeah, that's I'm like, I don't believe that. And like, yeah, there's definitely some hidden agendas, but if it ain't that, is definitely he was trying to, I guess, get the heat off of her and then have it where it's like, because yeah, he even said that too with Lyle Convoy, that he wanted, after I guess like they're falling out with him and some other people, that he wanted to have like a new ally, to where it's like, I guess, somebody to help him out with his videos and stuff. So yeah, if anything, Cinnabare would have been a victim. She went from a suspect to a victim.
Star Wars lore. Even I have more riz than that. I have enough social awareness to know that if you're going to try to get into a woman's pants, you don't tell her about the 2-hour-long Disney Plus Star Wars show review you're working on. The thought of getting with her, gooning with her, getting her to draw porn of me, or meeting up with her in real life never crossed my mind. I have done quote-unquote sleepy time calls with other people, and yes, that does include my girlfriend. The problem is, she has an early morning shift and she normally passes out long before I do. But here's 3 people aside from my girlfriend that I have also done sleepy time calls with.
Have I ever fell asleep on the phone while talking to you?
Yes.
Out of all the time you've known me, the several months, have I ever made it a pass or an advance or anything like that towards you?
No.
Have I ever done a
whoever that person is, they sound like AI. They don't sound like human. Maybe that is a real person, but if they are, it's like, yeah, this is planned. You can tell that this was planned, and I'm like, yeah, I guarantee I'll probably shoot. If this, like, let's just say whoever that individual is, if we see an exposing video from them sometime later from about Just a Robot from them, yeah, I can see where they'll include that clip and be all like, yeah, that was a lie. Like, he made numerous passes at me throughout the whole time that I've known him and stuff. So if it ain't, I guess, right before this moment, this was recorded, it'll definitely be after. So
sleepy time call with you where I fall asleep while chatting with you.
Because he said that just even if you paid attention or watched his videos before, he said that that's his sense of humor with everybody. So what is it? So it's like, is your like, do you not have a sense of humor, or do you do have a sense of humor? It's like, yeah, bro, it's like he's trying to retell a story again. Control the narrative in his likings. But
You have. I wanted to confirm if that was true or not. I think it's pretty obvious you do that. It's weird, but I can understand. I think I suggested ASMR for you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, Via Kui, I want to ask you something. You're a male, right?
Yes.
Do you think I have any romantic interest or attraction to you?
No.
Okay, have I
oh
followed
yeah, this guy, so he reached out to me because he wanted me to debate him like 3 in the morning and stuff, and I'm like, fam, I'm tired. I just finished up the stream. I am not gonna be debating with nobody at 2, 3 in the morning on something that don't even matter. And then yeah, he just got upset, started insulting me, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, have a good night. I'm going to sleep. But yeah, I had reacted to a video because to just give you guys a backstory. So there was that call that Lyle Convoy had with Just a Robot. I reacted to that video, but I did hear in that I think it was that call where he was talking about how he got canceled, Lyle Convoy. And so I was like, oh, I'm curious about that. So then I did some searching around, and then I did come across this VA Kui, whatever his name is. I came across this video. And so I reacted to it, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this Lyle Convoy guy is crazy. No, I'm taking down that video, unsubscribing, all that stuff. And so then he commented underneath the video, and he was all like, I'm friends with Just a Robot, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's all that I said. That was the only conversation that me and this VA Kui guy had. And so he reached out to me. I had just finished the stream. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. Or no, so I think it was like pushing 3. But it was either pushing 3 or over 3. I'll have to check the tweets again. But anyways, I just finished doing everything that I needed to do with content creating. I'm getting ready to go to sleep. I'm like, I am tired. I'm done for the night, all right? He tweets out to me. He's all like, pretty much like, I want to debate you. And I'm like, I'm not debating nobody 2, 3 in the morning. He's like, you don't do nothing. So no, you are going to debate me. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to debate you. That's not going to happen. I'm like, you already have your mind made up on whatever it is that you want to talk about. What's the reason of us debating and stuff? So, yeah, this guy, he's somebody where I'm like, yeah, if you want to believe what he says, you got that God-given rights to do so. But, yeah, after that little interaction that we had, I'm like, I ain't believing in nothing that this guy... Yeah, Lyle Convoy, he might got his own issues, but whoever this guy is, it's just... clout chasing, it's one of those things where it's like he's like, I guess, like trying to keep the friendship between him and Just a Robot alive. It's kind of like you gotta like do something for the gang, like, oh yeah, go attack that person, and then you're in the gang or something, because it was so random and off the wall. I'm like, fam, no, ain't nobody gonna be debating you 2, 3 in the morning.
Sleep on calls with you.
Yeah.
Definitely more than once.
Yeah.
And you never thought it was a romantic or sexual thing.
No.
And it usually just lasts a couple of minutes. We talk about random shit as I'm laying in bed, and then I say, all right, man, I think I'm going to pass out now. And then you say bye, I stop the call, and then maybe I'll hit you up again, but usually I fall asleep, right?
Yeah.
Okay, are you positive? I'm not just, like, leading you on with these responses.
Yes.
In my last response, I told you guys...
The thing is this, okay, both of you guys are straight, so like if you're not attracted to each other, then it's like, what's the reason of even involving that? Yeah, bro, it's one of those things where it's just, he's trying a little bit too hard at this point, trying to prove his innocence.
That was a lie. The true reason why I do sleepy time calls is quite embarrassing. Throughout the day, I distract myself from my thoughts, whether that's playing video games, going to work, hanging out with friends, or even going for a walk. But when it's time for sleep, I have nothing to distract myself with, and all of those bad thoughts quickly surface all at the same time. I can't look at my phone or the screen will wake me up, and I think about things that make me angry and things that make me anxious. The quote-unquote sleepy time calls are a good way for me to distract myself from these intrusive thoughts. I didn't do this with a lot of people because, well, it seems like a weird thing to do. I did did this with my roommate a few times, but he was off on a business trip. I really didn't want this getting out there, but now it's out there, so I can do all the sleepy time calls I want to do with people now. I knew for a fact that people would find it weird, but I really don't see a problem with it. All it is me laying in bed talking to someone about some random topic as I slowly pass out, and then I hang up. I think people are...
Yeah, but that's the thing. People don't call it sleepy time calls. Like, yeah, everybody does that, but it's like, you just made it weird. Like, that's what you pretty much did in this whole situation with them, like, sleepy. But it's like, on top of that, you did it with somebody that's like, they're in a position where I guess like you're trying to build a relationship with somebody where it's, Cinnabare and talking on her, but it's like you did that with her, like, out of all people. And I guess, you're like, oh, that's the only person I can reach out to. Yeah, it's like it's stuff like that. You need to, I guess, get that like medically checked out or something. See if there's something that can be prescribed to you so you can sleep better at night. But it's like you're having conversations with a pedophile and stuff. Yeah, that's like me having playing, I guess, Call of Duty with the Green River Killer. I'm like, oh, well, my other friends, they wasn't available to play Call of Duty Black Ops 7 with. So yeah, I the Green River Killer, I guess like they allowed him to have an Xbox in prison. So yeah, me and him, we're what he did was wrong, but it wasn't that bad though. Like, do you see the point that I'm trying to make? And it's like, yeah, I know people are gonna be like, you can't compare that to what Cinnabare did, but still, it's bad. It's classified as bad. So that's like, yeah, bro, it's something where, and I guess like I really should have like played my cards right and did this properly. I should have set up a whole like just a whole thing, because I knew that he would have made videos about it and stuff, I guess, to take the heat off of him. But I should have just staged like the whole thing where I had like just paid one of my friends to trade a channel, do something bad. I'm gonna do a video defending you, making it seem like, I guarantee that I promise you, just a robot would have been talking, be like, oh yeah, there's like TMossBoss is defending this person, they did something bad, just so I can be like, okay, do you see my point? Do you see like why everybody is going off on you and stuff? I'm like, yeah, that person's an actor. What they did, not even real. So yeah, it's that would have been funny to do some stuff like that. Should have played my cards right. Dang, man, waste the time, waste the content. I could have had some good content, because it definitely been like a funny, like, to reveal that, yeah, that was all staged. That was just to prove a point with this.
Reacting to this a little bit too much, especially when they put a romantic spin on it. However, I still shouldn't have done this with someone I was looking into with a topic this serious. It won't happen again. If Kumo truly did believe that I had romantic interest in Cinny, he could have set me up, get me to quote-unquote confess my love to her, and then I would have no way of backing out of it. I think he didn't do this because he knew I would say, sorry, I'm not into you like that. Here's what I think happened. Kumo might have had a thing for Cinny. Not saying it was a romantic thing, but him calling her sweetheart was definitely an odd thing for him to do. He realized he was in over his head trying to defend Cinny. I don't believe he was saying she was totally innocent, just less guilty like I was. And once he got his hands on my video, he knew he could use me as the fall guy. He released it so I wouldn't have a chance to remake it or reach out to Jack and Enno. He then got Cinny to send him her DMs with me. Then he proceeded to release it to everyone without my or her permission first. When I was asked for my DMs with Cinny, the first thing I said was, let me ask her for permission first. When I realized she sent them to Kumo, it absolutely shocked me and caught me off guard. The original accusation that I was simping for Cinny originally came from Kumo, and according to him, he did it to stop me from raping Cinny. Kumo and Goblin Girl did what they did to get the hate off of themselves, but it didn't work. Kumo, Goblin Girl, Cinny, and Jack are now all gone. I was very stupid with how I handled this situation. But out of everything in this drama around me, people saying that I cheated on my girlfriend hurts the most of all. So, mind if I ask you, do you think I'm the type of person who would cheat on my girlfriend?
No, I think anybody with a functional brain.
Why are you asking this to random people? You should know whether or not you're capable of doing that. That's something that it shouldn't take other people's opinion on it and stuff. Man, he's really trying to, like, I guess, like, save himself from all this, and it's like, bro, you're just making it look even worse. Man, I'm telling you, his girlfriend, I'm like, look, this is what you need to do. You run to the car, wait till he's like, I don't know, like, yeah, his football helmet is on, he's starting to lick the glass. So like, you gotta time it. You kind of gotta do like how Andy did in the Shawshank Redemption. So when he hits the glass, that's when you turn the key to like open up the door and stuff. Then he hits the glass again, that's when you open up the door, hits the glass again. So you gotta like time it with every footstep to it. They just like every time, because what he seems like the type, he's gonna be going on for a couple hours, and so you have time to, I guess, like, like he goes and he hits the glass, or it like, cause he might like start like rapidly going at it and stuff. So that's what it's just, you know, you like turn the ignition to the key and stuff, and then yeah, that's what, you know, you speed off, start your life like somewhere, yeah, you know, go to that same beach that you know, that Andy and Morgan Freeman's character that they went to, and you know, just yeah, just clean your boat, start a life somewhere else. But yeah, you don't need to be in that environment. That ain't good for you,
I
fam.
can tell you're quite the opposite. You get very worried about upsetting her, even like the tiniest amount. There is no way in hell you would ever cheat on her. That's obvious to anybody who's spoken to you for even a couple of minutes. Having known you for months, in my
So yeah, everything that everybody is thinking about him, that's just no. It doesn't matter. It don't matter.
experience, I can say no.
Listen to my voice. Listen to the way I talk. Do I really sound like the kind of guy who just sleeps around with women all the time? No, of course not. Obviously, I'm the type of guy.
And watch, that's what's gonna happen. We gonna see an explosive video from his well, then ex, where she's gonna be like, yeah, he cheated on me, guys. So that little response video that he did, you know what? I feel like that'll probably be the day where we hear like just a robot cry or something. And I'm telling you right now, if he posts a video, even if it's just the in this video, he just busts out and starts crying. Yeah, that's gonna it's gonna be one of those things where it's like they're gonna be like, yeah, I had to upload this video for TMossBoss because he laughed so hard he passed out, and now he's in a medically induced coma because yeah, he ain't never laughed that hard before.
I'm so happy when a woman gives me the chance that I won't try anything to mess it up. My girlfriend is absolutely wonderful. She is amazing, and I'm so happy that she can love me despite my flaws. I never thought I would meet a woman like that. It's not okay for you guys to make statements about me cheating on my girlfriend with such flimsy evidence, or for a handful of you to try to gaslight her into thinking I cheated on her. I've been cheated on before. It's not a fun thing to go through, and I would never put someone else through that same pain. As for me claiming that Cindy's avatar, along with the avatars of other people, are attractive, yeah, of course they are. They're artistically pleasing to look at. If someone has an attractive avatar, that does not mean I want to get with them. That is absolutely ridiculous and silly. I can't even believe I'm having this conversation right now. This is such a weird and bizarre thing.
But you brought it up. Oh, it just, man, it's just it's a piece of my brain. It's literally fading away. I'm telling you right now, by the end of the year, I'm gonna post a video. I'm gonna get myself canceled just because of watching this video.
Focus in on. I've never even heard of someone else dealing with something like this. I never asked nor looked for an image of what Cindy looked like in real life. Now I've seen what she looks like in real life, and I'm gonna be honest here, I'm not interested. The idea that I saw her avatar, fell in love with her, and then decided to protect her so she would get with me so I could do things to her unconsensually is an absolutely ridiculous and stupid idea. After everything happened with the Cindy drama, a bunch of people came out of the woodworks, and Gish galloped by hitting me with as many allegations as they could, most famously of which are the allegations from Choco. Choco made the claim that she had a perfect memory from a call that happened over 4 years ago. Gotta admit, that's pretty impressive. I struggle to remember a call I had with Vincent Skullman just a couple of weeks ago. Unsurprisingly, this call was unrecorded. She made the claim that I asked her to draw my avatar, raping J Animation's avatar. I do consider this to be a strange claim, especially when we consider the fact that I've never requested rape porn of my character before or after this. Choco did show evidence that I got her to draw J Animations lifting up her shirt when she was 17 and a half. I do not know how you go from requesting rape porn to ending up with a picture that could fit in a thumbnail. I think I was going to use this for a thumbnail about Jaden porn, but I decided not to because I thought it would be in bad taste. Some people have pointed out
Okay, but why even ask for it? Like, that's just stuff that you don't... Look, here's the thing. Whether the person that you're asking is a minor or not a minor, you don't ask for inappropriate art of another person. That's just a fat no. Even there's the one thumbnail that he did of me and him where it's like he made it seem like that we were about to kiss or something. It's like, why would you even do some stuff like that? Like, it's things like that, you know, I see it, I'm like, that he's just weird. I'm like, he got a weird personality, so that's why I didn't really look that deep into it and stuff. But yeah, it's like, you'd see like that pattern, and it's like, yeah, I'm like, no, you can try to make it seem like that, oh, people are just looking at it the wrong way. But it's like, I guess, like, when it's people, it would be one of those things where it's like, we would have to ask, like, Jaden Animations, how do you overall feel about that? Whether it's a shirt or a picture of you lifting up your shirt, or if you being SA'd, whatever the situation is, how does that make you feel where somebody is asking for inappropriate art of you? You know, so yeah, I'm like, I guess, like, if it's something that's equally makes him uncomfortable, then he would understand it better. But until then, it's like he's only going to understand it from his perspective. He's not going to understand it from another person's perspective. Because just even how I just came out and talked about the thumbnail he did of just all the different thumbnails that he did of me and stuff. And that's so I'm like, yeah, I never agreed to those thumbnails. Like, I didn't want no thumbnails to be. I didn't even want no videos to be made about me. But yeah, it's like that's the thing though. If it's somebody else, then it's all like, no, an argument has to come out of it. But if it's him, then it's like, oh no, it's like you gotta look at it from his perspective, and there's no arguing that can come out of it. But
Too porn of her for me as a way to claim that I lied. The thing is, though, this was for a thumbnail about Jade Animation's porn, so of course it's going to be pornographic in nature. She told me that she was 17 at the time when she drew it, and I just didn't know how to react. This was the day before Christmas, so the next day I spent time with my family and kind of forgot about it. I didn't know Choco's age at the time, and I should have asked for it. After Choco released her doc on me, she blocked me, and I do not know why. She was always the one trying to talk to me for years, and I always gave her short responses. Sometimes they were as short as one word. I went over this in my last response, and a few people have been making the claim that I said everything in her document was true. I never said that in my last response. Every time I've asked someone for an example of this, they either went back and watched it, realized they were wrong, and apologized, or they would just call me a liar and not even bother to check. I guess this is one of those famous examples of me quote-unquote self-reporting. The idea that I just really wanted rape porn then and there and couldn't wait for her to turn 18, and then I proceeded to never do it again. She went on to not talk to anyone about this, and then proceeded to constantly try to get into contact with me, all just seems a bit ridiculous.
I must just say this much. There's always going to be two sides to a story. So if you're expecting people to hear this and just take your side, not gonna happen.
This story does not add up at all. Something I did not go over in my last response is my whole interaction with the 16-year-old girl at the pool. I didn't think I needed to go over this originally, but a lot of people have been commenting about it. Some people, like Chuli, have even made the claim that I got an erection from seeing the 16-year-old girl at the pool.
One thing I feel isn't brought up enough, and something Jar hasn't responded to, is how he admitted to not being able to go to public pools because underage 16-year-old girls might show up and he won't be able to stop himself from leering at and daydreaming about them, causing himself to get an erection.
That's what they say happened. Now let's listen to what I actually said.
Like, can I tell you the worst part about being a guy? I'm at the pool, just relaxing.
No, the worst part about being you. My thing is this. Idiot everywhere that I went, if I see somebody that, yeah, clearly is a minor, I'm like, okay, that's that person. I'm still focused on my own stuff. Or even if there ain't nothing for me to do, it's like, okay, there's that person locked into just being in just my headspace and stuff. I'm not thinking about that individual. Not inappropriately, appropriately, whatever. It's like, I guess, like, you want to, like, lay out. I'm not thinking about that person at all. They're there. I am here, minding my own business. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's just because even there's the other day where it was me, him, K-Huck, and then it was like one of his fans that were trying to defend him, but we were just overall letting him know about himself. And at some point in time, that did get brought up, you know, the minor at the pool and stuff, and he was all like, I never said that. He was like, I never said anything along those lines. And it's like, fam, you literally talked about it in a video. What are you talking about and stuff? So yeah, he's trying to make it seem like that. Oh, you guys took it the wrong way, or I was just using it as an example. And it's like, but you still talked on it. So like, okay, whether it happened or it didn't happen, still, why even bring something like that up in the first place? I just, man, his way of thinking, it has to be studied. I'm like, nah, whoever his family is, I'm like, you got to donate his brain to science.
16-year-old girl shows up in her bikini. I realize I have to get the fuck out of there right now because, like, I'm not going to be paying attention. I'm going to daydream. I'm going to look in her general direction, and then suddenly a situation is going to happen. So I realize, like, whatever.
So, okay, like, my question would be, what did you overall mean by that? What do you mean a situation is going to happen? Because it's like, okay, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have no reason to leave the pool. You just stay at the pool and you just be chilling and stuff, but if you're thinking a situation is going to happen, what's that situation? That's what I would like to know. So
see a 16-year-old girl in a bikini while I'm at the pool, I'm like, whoop, time to go home.
I never implied that I got an erection or any other form of arousal. If you get a boner in the pool, the last thing you should do is get out of the water. For obvious reasons, I think all the men in my audience already know the answer to this. The story about me and the 16-year-old was
no, we all know what he meant, and it's definitely one of those things where it's like, yeah, if he would have allowed his intrusive thoughts to win, he definitely would have had to register as a sex offender in whatever state that he lives in. So
I just made up to give Cindy an example.
I'm like, there's numerous guys that be of like over the age, like yeah, they're an adult where they've been surrounded by minors at the pool. They're not getting no wild ideas or situations out of it and stuff. They're there at the pool doing their thing, and whoever these minors are, they're at the pool doing their thing. They stay in their lane, I stay in my lane. We don't have no form of communication. What could possibly go wrong? So that's why I'm like, yeah, you know, it's something where I guarantee and I promise you, if that minor would have approached them, whoever that 16-year-old girl is, if she would have approached them, yeah, just a robot. Like I said, he had to register as a sex offender. So
for guys to deal with allegations like this, and with how people are reacting to this made-up story of mine, it kind of proves my point. But if you don't want to believe me that it's made up, alright then, how did I know she was 16? What, did you think I went up to her and got her ID? How old was I when this happened? For all you guys know, I could have been 17, 16, or even 12. In my hypothetical story, I said I didn't want to get accused of being a creep. A lot of people have twisted this story into me saying that I couldn't control my urges. I never said nor implied that, and it's very weird that people's minds are going there. If this was the...
And you know, the thing is, because he's trying to like, okay, like what if I was underage? I guess the difference between somebody that's underage and then somebody that's over the age, if you're like, okay, so yeah, 12-year-old kid, you go to the pool, you see a 16-year-old girl there. Yeah, any 12-year-old kid's gonna look. That's just how kids are, because there's like, I ain't never seen that before. But the thing is this, you as an adult, where it's like, yeah, you stared at this girl looking, or it's like you acted all weird and stuff, that it's like, okay, you're doing something, all right? You're thinking along the lines of something. So I guess like, yeah, even as a 12-year-old, it's like you shouldn't be staring at people. But as a full-grown adult, it's like, yeah, bro, nah. The thing is this, yeah, as a 12-year-old, there might be a potential defense out of that. But as a 30-something-year-old man, that's weird, bro. It's like, what ideas are you getting? That's what I would like to know. So yeah, he's trying to like, you know, save himself from that conversation, but it's like, nah, bro. It's like, what did you really mean by that? So yeah, it's like, even if it is a made up situation, it's like, okay, what did you overall mean by it though? Like, that's what I would like to know. So it's like, I'm not relating to you on that because there ain't nothing to relate to. That's on you, bruh. So
case, I would never admit to something like this. When I brought up daydreaming, I wasn't talking about daydreaming about the girl, I was talking about daydreaming in general. I zone out sometimes and just stare off into the distance. Sometimes it does freak people out. I can't believe I said I would look in their general direction and they changed that to me leering at them, or that I claimed that I couldn't go to public pools. Any allegation against me would have been made sooner if people were confident that they were true, but people only came out about this stuff when I was less likely to fight back. Not an honorable move, but an effective one. People are right about a few things when it comes to me. I overshare, and that's the last thing you want to do when people are bashing on you. I'm an absolute pussy in live debates, and I fold way too fast. I've also said stupid things that made me look worse than I really am, like when I said that revenge sometimes feels like it's the only thing that keeps me going, when it actually isn't. Let's ask someone I quote-unquote tried to get revenge on for 7 years. Lulu, the person in the video about my past. Hello, Lulu Bell, or Lulu.
these are just everybody that he's had involved in these videos. These are only the people that he's cool with. But you ain't gonna see Chud Logic. You ain't gonna see Tom Dark. Who else that you that was like in these video or was making videos about him? Anybody that's pretty, or Mally Malware. Who else? Harley TBS. You ain't gonna see none of them in the videos defending just a robot. That's what we're trying to see. We're not trying to see your friends defend you. It is funny because I remember one of his fans telling me that, where it's like back during the time when these guys, they were trying to cancel me themselves. But I was saying that, I was like, you know, you ask anybody that know me, it's like this person that you're trying to paint out, that's not who I am. So you're just going based off of a 15 or however many minute video that you've seen about me and thinking you know everything about me. And then even they had said that themselves. I'm like, these are your those are your friends and family. Of course they're going to defend you. How is that not the same situation? So yeah, that's, I'm like, man, ain't nobody trying to hear what your friends got to say.
I know you. We were in a drama around the Princess Elizabeth drama 10 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so one question I have for you is, when I finally made my video, quote-unquote, getting revenge, and I talked about what you guys did to me, and we finally got into contact...
And I guess that's another thing, too, where it's like, what were the, not so much as like the conversations leading up to them being involved in this video, but the conversation before that. When was the last time you guys had a conversation? Because it's like, if you guys is talking frequently and on the regular and all that stuff, it's like, yeah, you guys is friends, so of course they're going to defend you.
Did I yell at you, scream at you, or try to spread false information about you?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember any false information stuff.
Okay, well, the problem is people keep saying I'm a guy who wants to get revenge on everyone, like an eye for an eye kind of thing, but I really just want to talk about what happened to me, and I just want you to know that I never wanted to do to you what happened to me.
Yeah, no, I get that. I feel like you've already addressed a lot of the stuff that I was uncomfortable with initially when stuff was coming out.
Yep.
But we're like really relaxed, and I don't actually see what people mean by the revenge thing, because like I'm probably arguably one of the people you should hate the most.
Like I did refer to it as revenge because I didn't know what else to call it, but it's more maybe closure or whatever. And me and you have talked things out, and I got closure, and honestly, to me, that's way better outcome than me just hurting you, because me hurting you wouldn't have brought me peace.
Yeah, I can understand that.
The fact of the matter is, I didn't.
It's like, the thing is this, what he fails to understand is that you have your friends convinced. Of course, they're going to jump to your defense and be like, you know, oh yeah, it's like, you're a good guy. I ain't got nothing but respect for you and all this other stuff. But the funny thing is, you ain't asking them how they really feel. You know, how they actually feel about you. Like, is this somebody that you would have as like a on your like emergency, like this is who to call in case of the emergency? Is this somebody that you, if like they would invite you to their wedding? Is this somebody that like you trust them with like talking on you, like they trust you with their life or with their kids' life? You know what, it just even ask that. Anybody of like any of your friends that has kids, ask them, would you trust me to watch your kid? That's something I'm like, I feel like that would be the, like, just a haymaker question where it's like, at that point, if they don't trust you with their kid, they don't trust you at all. Because they're like, nah, fam. But it's one of those things, if they trust you with your kid, then it's like, okay, these things that you're trying to convince us of, like, oh, I'm actually a good guy and this and that, then it's stuff that maybe it's believable. Or even if it ain't even your friends, yeah, ask the people that have made videos on you. Ask, the people that you were stalking at VidCon, or the people that you've been getting into it with years. Because it's one of those things where if I'm like, the day I have kids and they just were like, oh yeah, I'll watch your kids, I'm like, you will get hurt. I'm like, and it ain't gonna be like no hurt like you going home with a black eye. Like, no, it's either going to be in a hospital, or yeah, one of them like ambulance gurneys or a body bag. I'm like, they will not come nowhere near my kids. So that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, bruh, you have your friends convinced, but the rest of the world, that's why it's like, you see anybody that's reacting to this video, versus whether it's me or if it's somebody else, and we're all having the same mutual reactions, those are the people that you need to be trying to convince that you're a good person. Everybody else, yeah, your friends and your roommate, your neighbor, girlfriend, all that other stuff, yeah, they got their mind made up. So at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, they're a lost cause. Move on to the next group of people.
Years of my life just trying to get revenge or bash someone at the perfect time. I just wanted to talk about what happened to me. Me and Lulu Bell are friends now, and she makes art for me. I'm a forgiving person at heart, and I forgave her for everything. All the hatred I'm receiving.
He's forgiving when he knows that you can do something for them, and he pretty much just showed that. So it's like, yeah, she wouldn't have been making no art for him. He wouldn't have included her in this video. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that's that Lulu, whoever that girl he just had. I'm like, can you really consider Just a Robot a friend of yours? Let's say some stuff goes down, I guarantee, I promise you, he ain't gonna be there to help you.
Isn't fun to deal with. But if I'm gonna stay on YouTube, I just have to get used to stuff like this. I understand that I talk funny and say things in a very bizarre way. Don't lie to yourself. When you hear me talk, the only thing you can think of is how I'm an easy target. You think I don't know? I get it. It's funny to mock someone like me, and it's smart to paint me as much as an awful person as you can, so your hatred for me seems justifiable. Plenty of people couldn't wait for my downfall. They just lacked a reason, and now they have it. But all of this is a little overblown in my book.
But the thing is this though, you tried to cause so many people's downfall. Even if I'm just, because like the thing is this, I always try to challenge myself, and I always fail the challenge, but I always try to challenge myself, you know, when like talking on like stuff like this, it's like not to mention me. The thing is this, from 2016 all the way up until now, I have always dealt with your fans. It seems like it's in every just year at some point in time, I'm having to deal with your fans. 2016, that's like when it all started with you and all that stuff. But 2017, your fan base. 2018, your fan base. 2019, your fan base. 2020, the Twitter stalker. 2021, and I think all the way up until 2022, it was one of his fans that was pretending like, oh, I'm not a fan of Just a Robot anymore. I'm a fan of you now. And then that's why I'm like, okay. And it's like, but no, this guy, he's like bringing up like my childhood trauma. He's trying to like always argue with me on Twitch and all this other stuff. But I'm like, so yeah, from 2022 and 2023, dealing, or no, was it, no, it's 2021 to 2022. Then 2023, I'm trying to think, that probably might have been the one and only year where I wasn't really dealing with his fans like that. Oh, and then 2024, that's when he tried to reignite all that stuff by making a video on me. Then he said he was gonna make another video on me, but all this stuff went down. He couldn't do all that. Then this year, dealing with the well, yeah, I guess like some of his friends and stuff. And then but no, then there was the one guy I was just talking about not too long ago, where he's sending me pictures of guns and then taking pictures of random streets, talking about, oh, I'm looking for you, TMossBoss, I'm on my way to your house and things. This is what I've been dealing with from your fan base for years. And I ain't trying to hear those stuff talking about, oh, well, that's just some of my fam. They're subscribed to you. They watch your content. They already got their mind made up of how they're going to view me. That's your fan, bro. You can't play that game where it's like, oh, well, I ain't got no control over what it's like. Nah, bro. Maybe my experience is going to be different than another person's experience that dealt with you and your fans. But the thing is this, again, you do not have me convinced. This response video, it was pointless. I learned and gained nothing from this video. So that's why I'm like, yeah, bro, you did this video trying to just save face, make it seem like, oh, well, what I did and what Cinnabare did, it wasn't all that bad. It's one of those things. I'm like, yeah, maybe you probably not watching people's videos about you, but maybe you need to. That's the thing. You ain't got to read nothing. Just hear what people are saying about you. I think that's what it is. He's looking at the comments and but it's like he gets overwhelmed and he can't like read all of them and stuff because he's just not intellectually capable of reading nobody's comments. But just even listen to a video that's being made about you. That's all that you got to do. But yeah, it's pointless. It's, you know, somebody like Just a Robot. If we had the chance to stop him from being the person that he is today, we should have did this when he was like a kid or something. It's too late now, so it'll just be in a matter of time before he get canceled for something else.
Be more careful with how I handle situations like this, and of course I'm going to be using a script more often. I'm not just doing this for me, but I'm also doing it for the people I care about. I can't control what everybody is saying about me, but I can control how I act from here on out.
Take out all those people he just claimed that he cares about, still same situation.
I'm going to get back to reviewing movies and shows I really want to talk about. I want to thank everybody who gave their lines for this second response. I hope everybody who has made it to this point of the video has a good day. And in case I don't see ya, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's just, you know, my final message is to Just a not fine, because most likely it's gonna be some other crap that goes down, but overall, for the sake of this video, yeah, to Just a Robot, you ain't gonna change. If you was gonna change and you wanted to do better and all this stuff, you had did that a long time ago. To his roommate, you need to cut ties with him. Let him be his own man. Let him do his own thing. You don't need to help him out and be involved in calls and all this other crap. His girlfriend, again, head tap, turn the lock to the door. Head tap, open the door. But it's like you gotta do it simultaneously. You gotta do it at the same time. Like, so like you gotta time it and stuff. So like head tap, open the door. So like that's how you gotta do it. But overall though, it's like, yeah, find better. That's what I'm gonna do. Find better, because the thing is this is just probably the first major thing that you've been a part of. It's going to get to a point where it's going to get worse, where it's going to go from internet stuff to IRL stuff to stuff that's going to probably involve your family, stuff that's going to involve your friends. I guess like if your friends know about him and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those, and I guarantee I promise you, there's probably like that one close friend that she has where she talks about Just a Robot to this friend, and even the friend saying the same stuff that I'm saying, like, you might want to find better, because there's going to be a day where he gets down on one knee and proposes to you. Do you want that responsibility? Because it ain't going to, that's the thing. It's not going to be a relationship. It's not going to be a marriage. It's going to be a responsibility. Like, the thing is this, you think that you got like, oh, it's, you know, it's going to be okay and all this. it's not. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like, yeah, if you ain't paying attention to the signs and all this stuff, yeah, she gonna look up one day and it's gonna be too late, and that's just gonna be one of those things where it's all like she gonna be like, dang. I should have thought this through, and it's like, no, you didn't, so now you gotta suffer. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you still got time, highly doubt she's watching this video, but if somebody knows how to get a hold of her, you send her this video, let her know, all right? But have it where she's watching this video away from just the robot, because yeah, he'll see her watching this. I feel like he'll just snap it, and he put that football helmet on. Now he trying to, like, he ain't even gonna put the helmet on. He just gonna voluntarily give himself CTE. He ain't even gonna be headbutting glass. He's just gonna be headbutting walls and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, this video, it wasn't that. If anything, this was worse than the first response video. So, but yeah. With that being said, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.